If you're joining us for the first time, it's great to have you with us. If you're rejoining us from 1011 or any TV earlier in our earlier session, welcome back. I'm Sports Director Andrew Felios for 1011. This is John Bishop from KLIN. Game 4 of Championship Saturday, the D1 Championship now with Elm Creek taking on Exeter-Milligan.
And only one loss between these two teams, so you know that somebody's not used to being in a position where they've been behind, but someone's going to end up losing this one today. It's going to be a fantastic battle. Class D1, it's been an extremely competitive class all season long. Exeter-Milligan comes in undefeated at 27-0, but believe it or not, by some, they're not even ranked the #1 team in the state. That just shows you how competitive this class really is. We expect another good one. We've had 3 champions already crowned, and we're going to have a first-time champion crowned here today in Class D1. Let's meet the Timberwolves and the Buffaloes.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Nebraska School Activities Association, its member schools, and U.S. Bank, welcome to the Bob Devaney Sports Center for the championship game of the 2004 Class D1 Girls State Basketball Tournament. Today's game features the Elm Creek High School Buffaloes versus the Timberwolves of Exeter-Milligan High School. And now, let's meet the players and coaches competing in today's game. First, the non-starters for the visiting team, the Elm Creek Buffaloes. Number 10, Kate Melman. Number 11, Mallory Johnson. Number 13, Jennifer Florell. Number 15, Amanda Trampy. Number 35, Danny Nelson. Number 41, Jordan Smith. And number 51, Elise Guthrie. And now, the non-starters for the home team, the Exeter-Milligan Timberwolves. Number 10, Ashley Sluka. Number 12, Lindsay Moore. Number 30, Whitney Gloystein. Number 34, Jenny Horn. Number 40, Christy Suda. Number 52, Kelly Slottick. And number 54, Casey Gagger. And now, the starting lineup for the Elm Creek Buffaloes. A 5'6" senior, number 21, Tiffany Jury. A 5'8" junior, number 23, Jade Meads. A 5'10" senior, number 25, Shannon Oreda. A 5'8" sophomore, number 31, Jordan Kotick. And a 5'5" junior, number 33, Sarah Worthing. Head coach for the Buffaloes is Rick Bauer, assisted by Derek Pulliam and Catherine Pruder. And now, the starting lineup for the Exeter-Milligan Timberwolves. A 5'8" sophomore, number 14, Rachel Rishling. A 5'6" sophomore, number 20, J.J. Hall. A 5'8" sophomore, number 32, Talisa Krejci. A 5'7" junior, number 42, Mallory Rule. And a 5'9" sophomore, number 50, Ashley Kushik. Head coach for the Timberwolves is Jason Arbuck, assisted by Lynn Schluter and Shelley Mueller. Today's game officials are Larry Wells and Brad Fetty. The bench official is Greg Dostal. And now, ladies, let's play basketball.
As we mentioned, these two teams are first-timers to the state championship game for Exeter-Milligan. It is their first ever qualification for state, while Elm Creek has been here 5 times before. As you take a look at where these two programs originate, despite the fact that there is no championship experience on the floor, there is championship experience on the Exeter-Milligan sideline. Jason Arbuck was here just 4 years ago and was the head coach when McCool Junction won the state championship. So he knows what it takes to get here. The kids obviously now know what it takes to get here. The question now is, what does it take to win here?
Oh man, you love games when neither team really has that championship experience, because you just get that feeling by the fans and the teams that everything is on the line. And you know, Elm Creek, they had to beat the defending champion Freeman to get here. So that was maybe, John, a changing of the guard, so to speak, in D1.
No doubt about it. And a lot of people thought it was a surprise that Freeman even got here in the first place because of all the graduation, but still, you know, it's just like beating a team like Lincoln Southeast, for example, teams that have been here before with coaches who have coached here before. It means an awful lot. So here we go, Elm Creek in the dark jerseys, the blue with the gold and white, the Timberwolves black and blue, but they are dressed in their home whites today. As we are underway in the Class D final, and just 15 seconds in, we have our game's first foul.
Rick Bauer, the coach of Elm Creek, says the keys, he's got to be patient on offense with his team. His Lady Buffaloes also have to rebound. Patience and rebounding, the keys today. Underneath,
nice pass. Shot no good by Oreda. And the Timberwolves will bring it back the other way. Thought about it from three. Krejci pulls in. And there's the first two to Lisa Krejci, who averages 10 points a game and has been in double figures each of the first 2 days here in the state tournament. Has the first two in this one, Exeter-Milligan up by 2. Another foul here on Exeter-Milligan. Let's see where they post that one on. That's going to be on Rule. Number 42, Mallory Rule. Timberwolves without a loss this season.
Long
nice
again.
pass. J.J. Hall's going to take it in and score.
You know, we've seen that a lot today. Teams going deep on other teams off the press. That's a perfect strategy. When another team presses, the best way to beat them is to go deep. We've seen it a lot today.
Into the front court, Jade Meads, who put up a whopping 37 points on day one of this tournament. Tough go of it in the paint. And we'll have free throws coming up. Another foul on the Timberwolves. Rachel Rishling with the foul. Third team foul on Exeter-Milligan. We're just barely over a minute into the game.
You mentioned Jade Meads, the player at the free throw line right now. She could very well be the best player on the floor tonight. Averages 19 in a game coming into this tournament. And Exeter-Milligan, Jason Arbuck, the head coach, told me before the game that's their #1 priority, to just contain her. He knows they can't stop her, but they can just limit her touches and her clean looks to the hoop.
Press in the backcourt by Elm Creek. They'll bring it across. Hall into the front court. Krejci for three. And the rebound for Tiffany Jury. Elm Creek at 24-1 this season.
Nice.
Right through the lane, Jade Meads. And the first field goal for Elm Creek, it's 4-3. Hall will back up, averages 13 points a game to lead Exeter-Milligan in scoring. She's number 20. And we have contact on the floor. Foul's going to be on Tiffany Jury. That's her first and the first team foul against the Buffaloes. Three from the corner. Hall, yes! Justina or JJ, she goes by either. There's a nice little move in the lane. Sarah Worthing for two. 7-5 in favor of Exeter-Milligan. Couple of first-timers in the state championship game as Tiffany Jury Got a little too aggressive in the backcourt.
Second team foul on the Buffaloes.
This looks like this may be a very high-scoring game, too. Neither team with really any true post players. These girls like to run and gun.
Hall through the lane, kicks it out for Krejci. Krejci shut off at the baseline. Hall will take another three. This time a little too strong offensive board by Rule. And deflected out of bounds. Elm Creek will get it back. 5:20 to go here, first quarter. Exeter-Milligan with the lead. This is Jade Meads, a 5'9" junior. Spinning through the lane, shot blocked by Hall. Hall came over from the weak side across and did a nice job of knocking it away. Good save by Kushik. Open three look for Richling.
I'm trying to figure out, John, what type of defense the Timberwolves are running from Exeter-Milligan. Looks like a triangle and one, or it looks like somebody's playing zone in there, or is that a man-to-man? Yeah, it looks like a man-to-man.
Ball knocked away, last touch by Richling. Meads in, dish underneath. Nice job of recognizing as Areta came over from the right side and was in position. We have yet another foul call.
Nice crowd on hand tonight for this D1 game.
Shannon Areta with the foul. 3 fouls apiece in this early going Elm Creek and Exeter-Milligan Class D1 final from the Devaney Center. Hall backs it up. Tried to back in, almost lost it on the dribble in the lane, gets enough poise back to get another shot, and the Timberwolves will reset. Halfway through the first quarter. We want to welcome those of you who have been watching college basketball on 10-11. Huskers fall today to Colorado. You are in the midst of the Class D1 state championship game. The Exeter-Milligan Timberwolves and the Elm Creek Buffaloes. 7-5 the early score. Exeter-Milligan with the advantage. Exeter-Milligan again dressed in white. For those of you again joining us on 10-11. Elm Creek in the dark colors in blue. Elm Creek ball trailing by 2. A look underneath. Ball knocked around, but Jade Meads keeps her poise, keeps her eye on the ball, and ties it up at 7.
Boy, this Jade Meads is living up to the hype so far. She can do it all. She's put it on the floor. She shot from the outside. She scored from the inside, and she's got an assist as well.
The ball rattled around and knocked away. Ashley Kushik could not control it. And now Elm Creek with a chance to take the lead here. Meads will bring it across. The junior averaging 19 points and 10 rebounds a game. Stolen away by Kushik. All the way down the floor, Sluka puts it up. No, shot will not count, it's on the floor. Fouls on the floor as the Timberwolf bench rises in anticipation of a three-point play. Not to be.
Sluka pushing the ball up that time. Both of these teams, neither one is bashful. Both expected to look for their shots, expected to run the ball. We had a low-scoring game in Class D2, our second game of the day. But that's not going to be the case here in D1 tonight. Chambers, by the way, won that game in Class D2.
Tough break for Elm Creek as Shannon Areta picked up her second foul. 3 ball from the corner. Areta, number 25 in dark, still on the floor for head coach Rick Bauer. Second leading scorer at 16 points and averaging a double-double of her own, 16 and 12. From the corner along 2, missed by Sluka. Jade Meads down the floor, tries the outlet baseball pass, and it's stolen away by Sluka. Now Sluka wants to run with it. These two teams not afraid to get it up and down the floor. Ball tipped, last touch tip will belong still to the Timberwolves. And there you take a look at Rick Bauer, the head coach at Elm Creek, 24-1. Even though they aren't undefeated, they were the #1 seed. Seedings are determined by wild card points, not by record as it was in years past.
So far tonight, I think he's the best dressed coach. He's got exactly his team's colors on.
Open three for J.J. Hall. And she has 8 of her team's 10. Here in the opening 6 minutes of action here in the D1 championship. Loretta again playing with 2 fouls here early on. Sarah Worthing has it above her head. Across the floor, she was anticipating Jennifer Florell, her teammate, to go one way. She didn't go the way she was supposed to, I guess, according to where the pass was thrown, and a turnover. And that is the 5th Elm Creek turnover already in this game. Open three from the wing by Krejci. She has the other 2 points in this, or 2 of the other points. Basket up and underneath, good. Sarah Worthing for 2. But look at how Exeter-Milligan just pushes the ball off the floor. They do not take their time. They look for the open shot and get it. Hall dribbles in, comes back out. Minute 10 left, first quarter.
2-3 zone also for Elm Creek. Giving up the outside shot. So far, Exeter-Milligan's been burying him.
Traffic underneath, kicks it out. Jumper short by Sluka, rebound Elm Creek. 53 seconds left here in the first. Jade Meads looked underneath for a cutting Jordan Smith, and they misconnect. Substitutions coming in. Danielle Nelson for the Buffaloes. I believe Jenny Horn is in, so too Kelly Slottick for Exeter-Milligan. Final 47 seconds of this opening period. Each of these 2 teams looking for their first girls state basketball championship. Drive by Krejci. Good defense, but good recognition to find her teammate open the lane. Missed the jumper. Jennifer Florell into the front court for Elm Creek. We'll see if they play for the last shot. Lob in the paint, travel.
Yeah. On the baseline that time, a little confused on what to do was number 13, Jennifer Florell.
Final 10 seconds. Exeter-Milligan will get off the last shot, it would appear. They'll go to the corner. Hall will take 3. No good. And they won't get a final shot off at the buzzer. It was hard for Krejci to see. It was hard for Krejci to see where she was in terms of time and made the extra pass. And because of that, they weren't able to get off a second chance last shot. So we are 8 minutes through here in the Class D1 championship game, and Exeter-Milligan holds a 10-9 lead. As Andrew mentioned, if you are just joining us, we've already played 3 games today. In Class C2, West Point Central Catholic was a winner over Ravenna. In our second game, Chambers defeated Banner County by 2. And in the last game just completed in Class A, a dominating performance by Lincoln East as they win over Bellevue East 64-50. So 3 state champions already crowned, 3 more to come here tonight.
And the winner out of this game will be a new state champion in Class D1. Exeter-Milligan and Elm Creek, both very long roads it seemed to get here. It's going to be one of their crowning moments. It's going to add to the intensity of this matchup too as well. When you have 2 teams that aren't used to being here and who haven't won championship gold in the past, it's sort of up for grabs here tonight.
We start the second quarter of play. Exeter-Milligan with the lead and the basketball. From the corner, Hall again for 3. Short, offensive rebound, no. Hall's already tried 5 threes in this game, and she's buried 2 of them. Elm Creek a chance at the lead.
Nice pass.
Nice, but also good to get back on defense. Short try in the lane, no, and we have a foul, and it's going to come back the other way. Elm Creek over the back on the rebound try.
Yeah, it's going to be Jade Meads, too, picking up the foul.
That's only her first, but the team's 5th as we open this second quarter. Inside, that was Jenny Horn for a moment. Krejci to the baseline. Short, shot may have been partially blocked. Loose basketball. Meads comes up with it for Elm Creek. Buffaloes want to run. Quickly back into the front court. Timberwolves also back quickly on defense. Worthing, bounce pass in the lane, nearly lost it. Meads came up with it, up and under, yes.
Oh man, Jade Meads does everything for this team. She brings the ball up the court. I think she leads the team in assists right now, and when she's open from 15 feet like she just was, it's pretty much money in the bank.
11-10, Elm Creek. I believe this is their first lead. Sluka, Hall, outside, open 3, yes! Krejci with 5 points, and between Krejci and Hall, that's where all the scoring is coming from so far.
You know, John, this is a very young starting lineup, too, for Exeter-Milligan. Not one senior in this starting lineup, a very young team.
Youth has been served in this tournament, no doubt about it. Oh, errant pass that time by Tiffany Jury. Exeter-Milligan will run with it. Outside Krejci, another 3. She was feeling it before. We have a tie-up. Possession arrow belongs to the Buffaloes, and Elm Creek will get the ball back. Down by 2, and we'll have substitutions. Rachel Rishling and Mallory Rule are in. And Jordan Smith comes in for Elm Creek. Jade Meads, a 19-point average, nearly 11 rebounds per game.
They got another scorer, too, Shannon Oreda, but she's yet to get into the scoring column. Number 25, averages over 16.
She'll
there
try
she
to
is.
score there, no. But she kept it alive by Tip. Nice pass underneath. Boy, that ball was hanging on the rim. Wow.
That's going to be Meads again, her second foul.
Actually, that's on
they're
Shannon
get
Oreda.
Oh, yeah, she got lucky. She was the closest one to him on that replay.
And that is her 3rd foul. We've got 5:27 left before halftime, and already Shannon Oreda, second leading scorer at 16 points, top rebounding average at 12, will likely sit the rest of this half. I don't see how you can bring her back in. You don't dare get that 4th foul before halftime. That's almost unheard of. But yeah, so far they've done a good job, Exeter-Milligan, of keeping her really out of the offense. She's tried 3 field goals, but hasn't made one yet. Here's Meads. Ball was tipped away, last touched by Talisa Krejci, 5'8" sophomore. Number 32 for Exeter-Milligan. Meads all the way through the lane, kicks it out. Had the open jumper, but Jordan Smith did not take it. Now she's in the corner and being harassed. And a travel. They were in some dangerous territory. That possession didn't have the feel of something that would end up in the points.
No, absolutely
just
not.
by where the ball was ending up on the floor.
Yeah.
So Exeter-Milligan a chance to build on a 2-point lead here. Krejci in the corner for Cushit. Hall, another 3. Long range, no, but the rebound tracked down by Rishling, and the Timberwolves will get another crack at it. Inside Krejci, and they're going to call her for a travel. That is the 4th Timberwolf turnover.
Well, I thought we'd be in store for a high-scoring game here in D1, but it's really quieted down the last few minutes. Not many field goals to speak of this second quarter.
Exeter-Milligan averages 65 points a game. Elm Creek averages 63. Open three. Or is it two? It's going to be two. Tiffany Jury just inside the arc, but we are tied at 13. Krejci, bounce pass for Rule. Going up top and a collision, and they're going to get that one on Hall. Hall was going for it, and Tiffany Jury came over. She was going for it. And they call the foul on J.J. Hall. 4:06 left to play before halftime. Exeter-Milligan and Elm Creek tied at 13.
All across the state, Nebraskans use electricity every day. And that electricity is 100% publicly owned. So profits don't go to stockholders, but are returned to Nebraskans. And because the power is supplied to Nebraskans by Nebraskans, it's reliable. Always there when you need us. NPPD, together with your local public power utility.
I'm Michael Weisson of the Victory Garden, congratulating NETV for 50 years of service to Nebraska. It's television you can trust.
Celebrating 50 years of service to Nebraska, this is NETV and NETV Digital Television.
The Timberwolves from Exeter-Milligan, as you can tell by the sign, they don't plan on making this a one-time deal. Right now tied with Elm Creek, 13-13, just over 4 minutes to go in this first half, John. So far, how do you really describe this game? I think, each team's kind of had their moment, I guess.
They have. I'll give them this. They're not afraid to run right now, but sometimes just a little bit sloppy at times in the half-court offense. Needs rolling around, and they call her with a charge.
Oh, man, and that's going to be her third foul. A tough way to pick up that third foul offensively. So now we've got 2 players with 3 fouls.
It's number 7 on Elm Creek. Is that 3 or is that 2? I believe that is her second. Yeah, it is her second.
It's her second, okay.
But her teammate, Areta, has 3. 3 from the wing. Nope. Rebound pulled down by Jordan Smith. Needs across the timeline. Looking for help. Laurel. Timberwolves sagging down defensively. And a turnover as Sarah Worthing couldn't handle the pass.
Elm Creek keeps wanting to attack that baseline, but it hasn't really been there so far. I like what they've been getting from 15 feet out, those little perimeter shots they've been knocking down. I think that's more their game than working it inside.
And they whistle to Lisa Krejci with the travel. Right now, Exeter-Milligan is trying to rely on a steady diet of threes. They have attempted 12 of their 24 field goals have been from beyond the arc, and they've made 3. They're just 5 for 24 in this first half, though. Elm Creek is 6 of 12. So Exeter has attempted twice as many field goals, yet we're only tied. Trapped in the corner, we're going to have a tie-up, and it will go back to the Timberwolves on the alternating possession. Yeah, right now, if you're Jason Arbuck, you're hoping that Exeter-Milligan will maybe stop chucking up so many threes.
Yeah, well, that jacket has come off. Maybe that'll turn into some good luck for his team.
Though on day 1, they put up 15, and yesterday they put up 17, but they're already well on their way to eclipsing both of those marks here in this state championship. Another reminder that these 2 teams have not played on this floor yet in the state tournament. They've played elsewhere during their first 2 games, as Krejci goes in for the jumper try, but is fouled and will go to the free throw line and shoot 2. 8th team foul on Elm Creek. Foul is on number 41, Jordan Smith. Here's Talisa Krejci, 5'8" sophomore, averages 10 points and 2 rebounds per game. She scored 11 against Diller Odell on Thursday and 10 yesterday against Greeley-Wolbach. But missed them both.
Yeah, I really like the Timberwolves uniforms. The logo, it's sort of like out of the NBA brand. It looks real sharp.
Something a little bit different, and this is, of course, a first-time school here. So we've never seen him here before.
Uh-oh.
Now taken away by Hall, and she's going to run in uncontested. Hall for 15 to 13. She's got 10 of the 15 points in this game, and a timeout taken by Elm Creek with 1:40 left to go here in the first half. Here's the steal and the bucket.
Yeah, just stepping right there into the passing lane and going the distance. 4-2 for the Timberwolves. Justina Hall averages 13 points a game and only a sophomore, so a bright future ahead. And as I stated before, a very young team is Exeter-Milligan, but they don't look shy, they don't look bashful today. They look like they belong here.
So we'll see what Elm Creek can draw up here with 1:40 left here in this first half. You take a look at their huddle. Their head coach is Rick Bauer. As we mentioned, they are the #1 seed coming in with a 24-1 record. Their only loss was to Greeley-Wolbach, who also made it to this girls' state tournament, but they were knocked out yesterday by Exeter-Milligan. Elm Creek was probably hoping, hey, let's get the team that got us, but they didn't. But when you get to state, who cares who you play? You just want to play. You want to be here. So Elm Creek will inbound at half court. Jade Meads, number 23, with the ball to Worthing. Worthing looks for Jury. Short on the jumper. Offensive rebound, tipped away. Put back try, no, and a foul. And that is the 9th team foul against Elm Creek. Foul is going to be on Sarah Worthing. And that is her first. And we need to run to the other end of the floor and shoot free throws. Only 5 team fouls through this first half against the Timberwolves. Here's Jenny Horn, a 6-foot senior. Her first point in this state championship game, her 3rd point overall in this state tournament. She had 2 in the 51-39 win on Thursday over Diller Odell. 4-point lead for the Timberwolves, 1:20 left to play, first half.
Right now the Timberwolves looks like they're starting to gain momentum. Their crowd is really into the game, a lot more than Elm Creek's right now at this moment. Look like they can make a run here at the end of this first half and go into the locker room with some serious momentum.
Meads to Kotick, Jordan Kotick. Jury. Worthing stopped with it to Meads. Under a minute to go. Across the floor, nearly threw it away. Jordan Smith got up in the air though and pulled it down. She's a freshman. 5-second count is on. Ball is tipped away, and we're going to have a reach-in foul. And that one, I think, is going to go on Meads, and that's number 3.
Oh, man.
Man, oh, man. Your top 2 scorers with 3 fouls before halftime. Will that change the complexion of this game or what? And she will be substituted for here after this first free throw attempt by Jenny Horn.
And the thing about those fouls that makes it unfortunate for them is, you know, they haven't really been good fouls. It's not like they've saved buckets or anything like that. They've been really silly fouls, over the backs, reach-ins, fouls that you don't want to get called for.
Kate Melman and Jennifer Florell both check in for Elm Creek. Missed the second, but another chance with the rebound, and a foul is going to be called on Jordan Smith. Smith got in there, but credit Ashley Kushik for getting the missed free throw and giving her team another possession, essentially stealing a possession.
This is a big-time opportunity right now for Exeter-Milligan. Two top players of Elm Creek on the bench. 19, if she can hit a free throw, make this 20, and then possibly, oh, if they can even get a bucket before the half, they can maybe take almost a 10-point lead going into halftime, coming back with Elm Creek's two best players in foul trouble.
20-13, biggest lead enjoyed by either team in this one is at 7.
Oh, man, that was a screen right there.
Wow.
You see that?
Give underneath from the side. No. Rebound. Put back. Yes, and it rolls down for Jordan. Caught it.
That's a big bucket, John. Big bucket before the half. They needed something to go right.
Ooh, thought about it from 3 to Krejci. Hall will take it instead.
Oh, man.
Justina Hall has scored 13 of the 23 points in this first half and has given her team an 8-point lead. And look at this pressure before the half. Will they get off the last shot? Yes, but it's way off the mark by Jennifer Florell. And with a last-minute flourish, Exeter-Milligan has opened up a little bit of a cushion going into the locker room at the break. 23-15, your score here at halftime in the Class D1 state championship game. And we can't say enough, Elm Creek with their two best players in foul trouble. Boy, you've got to think that the Timberwolves are salivating at the opportunities in the second half. And speaking of Exeter-Milligan, their head coach Jason Arbuck is with our Kyle D'Elia.
Thanks, guys. Coach, not too bad. First state championship appearance?
No, we'll take the way it's going. We're getting up and down the floor exactly what we want to. You know, we're going to use our depth, and hopefully that fourth quarter we can make a nice run.
Shots start falling, you know, you started to pull away there.
Yeah, the girls have been hitting all year long, you know, maybe a little in awe of the different surroundings, and they're settling down now, and they're feeling more comfortable with their shots.
Good luck. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you very much.
With your ladies. Well, 23-18, two great D1 teams. Exeter-Milligan on top. More halftime festivities coming up after the break.
I'm still Jenny from the block.
Bryan LGH West is bringing advanced neuroscience technology to Nebraska, offering the state's first gamma knife radiosurgery to non-invasively treat brain tumors and severe facial pain, and working with Nebraska's only physician specially trained in coiling for brain aneurysms. Just two examples of our commitment to neuroscience care for Nebraskans and our neighbors. Bryan LGH, the first name in healthcare.
Nebraska. You live and play here. You raise your family here. So do we. ACE, community-owned, community-operated. Your hometown choice for natural gas.
Exeter-Milligan with a 23-15 lead here at halftime of the Class D1 Girls State Championship game. It's been an interesting first half, to say the least, pretty much back and forth for most of the first half, but then with a late surge, Exeter-Milligan pulling away. And boy, with those three fouls that have been picked up by Meads and Areta, you gotta wonder where Elm Creek's going to come from offensively. They're going to have to find somebody else out there that can contribute and make some things happen, because right now you've got to assume that, yeah, you're going to start those players, but eventually they're going to pick up that fourth foul, and then the pressure just continues to build.
Right, and if you're one of those star players and you have to play a whole rest of the game without fouling, sometimes you're just not yourself. And you know that sometimes causes a lot of problems for a player if they know that they have to sort of play half-heartedly, watching every little step that they make, because when they do play, they can't afford the silly fouls. It just can't happen, or else they'll foul out of this game. And if they both foul out, or even if one fouls out, Exeter-Milligan's got a huge advantage in this ball game. There's no doubt.
The first session of this girls' state basketball tournament has been interesting, to say the least. We've had one tight game and a couple of blowouts. West Point Central Catholic really was never challenged by Ravenna. Ravenna did get 58 points on one of the team's top defenses, but believe me, West Point CC was in complete control all day.
That's right. We saw probably the best performance we're going to see all day by Megan Nyworth. 41 points for the Lady Blue Jays of West Point Central Catholic. An easy win in that first game.
And Chambers over Banner County, 48-46. In that game, we saw a true freshman come up big. Of course, as an all-stater, you know, you kind of expect that someone with the caliber of Alicia Nybolt would be able to do something, but she came up with the big layup there with 8 seconds to go. And then Banner County, for the second straight year, falling short in the fourth quarter, as last year it was against Paxton. This year, Chambers got the best of them.
That's right. And then in Class A, that score, 64-50, it wasn't even that close.
No, not at all, as Lincoln East led by as many as 25 at one point. Reserves pretty much played out the rest of the string, but a marvelous performance. Best showing of teamwork we have seen in this state tournament by Lincoln East. And of course, having that experience definitely helped. Exeter-Milligan right now showing what it takes to become a state champion. They are halfway home, leading by 8 in the Class D1 Girls State Championship.
Funding is provided in part by the Dr. Thomas and Dorothy Hallstrom Fund, created to support broadcasting of the Nebraska State High School Basketball Tournament.
It's what's for dinner.
Brought to you by Nebraska's beef producers. From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, this is NETV and NETV Digital Television, celebrating 50 years of service to Nebraska.
Volleyball, basketball, and track. Last spring, Aaron won the Class B state pole.
Believers and achievers being honored here during the halftime of the Class D1 Girls Championship game, led by Exeter-Milligan 23-15. And we want to remind our viewers on 1011 that you will be able to see in more detail our coaches all-state team in Class D1, but we thought we would share them with you here now. Allie Rippey of Johnson Brock leads the list. Chelsea Lindsley of Greeley-Woolback, who was in the state tournament this year, lost yesterday. Jade Meads, who we have seen through the first half today for Elm Creek. Diller Odell's Ashley Spitznagel also in the state tournament. And Kelsey Perlinger, not only is she making the jump up, but so too is Paxton. They were a D2 team last year and state champions. This year coming up to D1, and Perlinger showing that no matter what the class is, she's good enough to be on the all-state team.
Right, an outstanding volleyball player as well. And also I want to give a shout out to Mrs. Spitznagel's mother. She called 1011 special to make sure her daughter was on the all-state team. And Ashley, rest assured, you are definitely a part of that Fab Five. Congratulations.
Well, now we have to take note. These are voted on by the coaches.
That's right.
Andrew and Kyle, they don't vote.
That's right.
Just the coaches, so it's up to them, and we are happy, of course, anytime that we can make a parent happy, because believe me, sometimes they take it more personally than the player does. But it is indeed a great honor, especially when you're honored by those that you have to play against, and that's why we've been doing this for so many years. So that's your Class D1 girls all-state team. And again, for the viewers on 1011, we're going to go into more detail on that coming up later in our broadcast today. There are still 2 more state championship games to come. Class C1, we will see Columbus Scotus and Norfolk Catholic. And our nightcap tonight in Class B, Omaha Scott will take on South Sioux City. You can't end the evening without South Sioux City.
No, they have capped off this tournament. It seems like tradition here for what, like 8 out of the last 9 years they've actually won
they've been
it.
in the last 10 games, so.
That's right.
Either way, it's written in the Constitution somewhere, I think. Exeter-Milligan leading at halftime, 23-15 here in the D1 final. And we'll have more halftime activities after this. An 8-point lead for the Timberwolves over the Buffaloes in the D1 championship game. Let's take a look at your halftime statistics. I don't know what the trend is, but Exeter-Milligan could be the second state championship team today that shoots under 30% from the field. Chambers didn't have a good day shooting either, but they pulled out enough to get the victory. The big difference right there at the bottom of the screen, Elm Creek with 14 turnovers. Exeter-Milligan has only turned it over 6 times individually. Justina Hall leads the way for the Timberwolves. She has 13 points, 3 threes in the first half, while Jade Meads, the All-Stater for Elm Creek, leads the way with 7 points for the Buffaloes. 23-15, Exeter-Milligan with the advantage. We'll come back and have more from the Devaney Center after this.
Programming on NETV is made possible by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
These cost about $50. This costs about $57,000. Choosing to use these can help you avoid this. And since inactivity is a better predictor of death than smoking, high blood pressure, and even heart disease, using these more and this less could save you more than money. A message that's good to know from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
Programming on NETV is provided in part by Education Quest Foundation. For over 15 years, Education Quest has offered free college planning services. These services include scholarship searches, student loan information, college selection, and help with completing financial aid application. Education Quest is located in Kearney, Lincoln, and Omaha. Appointments are available at 800-666-3721.
One moment in American history, one place in time, one man with a vision.
Solomon Butcher, Frontier Photographer. Don't miss it March 21st at 7:30 Central Time on NETV.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, this is NETV and NETV Digital Television, celebrating 50 years of service to Nebraska.
Elm Creek has a little bit of wood to chop into the second half, down by 8 at halftime of the D1 state championship game, and they may have to do some of that manual labor without 2 of their best helping hands, Jade Meads and Shannon Oreda, each with 3 fouls as we enter the second half. How are they going to combat that? Well, let's find out. Rick Bauer, the head coach of the Buffaloes, is with Kyle.
Thanks, guys. Coach Bauer, what did you tell your ladies? What do you got to do to turn this thing around?
Well, I think the big thing is we need to be patient in our offense, and we got to own the boards. Right now, we let them have a lot of the boards, and that's something we got to be strong and give them one shot, but then rebound.
Good luck.
All right.
You got plenty of basketball left.
That's right. Another half.
Go get them.
Okay, thank you.
You got it. We're about 2 minutes away from tip. That's the head coach of Elm Creek, Mr. Bauer. And they're looking to, turn this puppy around. Exeter-Milligan 23, Elm Creek 15. We're back after the break.
All across the state, Nebraskans use electricity every day. And that electricity is 100% publicly owned. So profits don't go to stockholders, but are returned to Nebraskans. And because the power is supplied to Nebraskans by Nebraskans, it's reliable. Always there when you need us. NPPD, together with your local public power utility.
This D1 championship started with both teams sort of feeling each other out, and then Exeter-Milligan sort of took control in that second quarter. Part of the reason Elm Creek, two of their best players in foul trouble, John, as you stated before. Shannon Oreda, number 25, Jade Meads, number 23, and Meads is probably the bigger loss, but it looks like both players are going to start the second half, and that's probably the way it should be.
Well, it probably is, but at the same time, if you're the Timberwolves, you're probably thinking, where can I get an advantage? Where can I take advantage here and maybe make some things happen? Push the issue maybe just a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the strategy here early in this second half. Look below, Hall just about took it away. Instead just gets her hands on it underneath. Meads off the glass. Oh, it did everything but go in. It took the tour around the rim and then decided I want no more.
She wanted that bucket too.
Wow. Hall takes it in and scores. Wow. 25 to 15. 15 of the 25 points belong to J.J. Hall. Outside the arc, Worthing. Up top to Cottage.
Looking for the flasher. There's Jade Mead.
In the lane. Shot well off the mark there by Sarah Worthing, and the rebound to the Timberwolves. They definitely have control here. Rishling outside for Hall. J.J. Hall comes from Seward. She was a transfer. And a much welcome addition as Rachel Rishling, the 5'8" sophomore, makes it a 12-point game.
Right now they've got Elm Creek on the ropes, looking for the knockout blow as Exeter-Milligan.
Oh, nice move underneath, and the basket's good, and count it. As Oreda finds Meads knifing through the lane for 2 and the bonus free throw.
You know, you kind of get the sense too, Jade Meads is just as dangerous without the ball as she is with the ball. Seems like she sort of knows how to find those open spots around the basket and cash in on those easy twos. That's where most of her points have come.
Here's Meads at the line to make it a 9-point game, but it rolls out again. It takes a tour around the rim and decides otherwise. 27-17, but don't tell Bellevue East about these rims. They don't have much to say about them. Ashley Schluka from the left corner for 2, and it's back up to a dozen again. This third quarter's kind of starting out like the first quarter did. Second quarter, things kind of bogged down until the waning moments. From the free throw line, wide open for the jumper. Meads with the putback. Ball tipped around, taken away by Exeter-Milligan. Up ahead to Sluka. Sluka, it's good. And you can see that Shannon Oreda was coming from behind. In another circumstance, she might have gone for it. But with 3 fouls, you got to pull off.
Wonder when Rick Bauer's going to call a timeout.
And we have a holding foul underneath. Foul's going to be on Ashley Schluka. That is her first. No one really in foul trouble for Exeter-Milligan. Oreda.
Good. First 2 of the game, John. That's a big 2. She needed that.
Averages 16 points, and she has been well off that today. Her team down by an even dozen. Drive in the paint. They call her for the travel. Talisa Krejci took one too many steps. 31-19 Timberwolves. Elm Creek trying to make it close. Cottage from the baseline. Jumper is good. Tiffany Jury, the 5'6" senior.
Nice looking shot from about 10 feet out. It's a way to do it. Pull up, under control.
Double dribble on Ashley Schluka. And Elm Creek is starting to crawl back a little bit as Jason Arbuck ponders some thoughts. 31-21. Needs. Jennifer Florell tries to go in between defenders. Got rid of the ball, and that's going to be a reach-in. Foul will be on Mallory Rule. That is her second. Bounce pass into Meads. Take it all the way in on the baseline, but went in too deep. Her shot was rejected by the bottom of the window. Down the floor, aggressive with it, and draw the foul. Rachel Reichling doing the smart thing. Go in and continue to rack up those fouls against the Elm Creek Buffaloes. And you never know, you might catch one of the big two in that spot. Instead, she'll go to the line. The sophomore will. Misses the first. Reichling, 6 points, 9 rebounds against Diller Odell on Thursday. 7 points yesterday against Greeley Woolback. Second free throw is good. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left. Third quarter, Exeter-Milligan by 11 in the D1 girls final.
Nebraska. You live and play here. You raise your family here. So do we. ACE, community-owned, community-operated. Your hometown choice for natural gas.
Programming on NETV is made possible by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
These cost about $50. This costs about $57,000. Choosing to use these can help you avoid this. And since inactivity is a better predictor of death than smoking, high blood pressure, and even heart disease, using these more and this less could save you more than money. A message that's good to know from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
Exeter-Milligan leads Elm Creek by a score of 32-21. We've got 4:10 left to go, third quarter. And right now, the Timberwolves are in control, although the Lady Buffaloes have shown some life here in this third quarter.
Just beyond the free throw line, jumper is short by Tiffany Jury. Sluka all the way down the floor, takes it into traffic and draws the foul on Jordan Cottage.
Sluka has been full speed ahead when she's had the ball on the drive and transition. She's taking it aggressive to the hole, seems like every time, and she's been productive, either scored or gotten fouled.
She averages 7 points, and believe it or not, 3 rebounds out of a 5'3" ball player. Today she's got 4.
Feisty player.
That is the second foul on Cottage. Inbound to Sluka, and it nearly went over her head. Works off a pick, takes it through the lane. There's a great pass. Mallory Rule right there to make it good. 13-point lead for the Timberwolves. Under 4 minutes left here in the third quarter. Morena looking around and lost it, and a foul. And laying on the floor is Jury for Elm Creek. Kind of more of a victim of circumstance rather than a rule breaker. Referring, of course, to the foul that was called on her.
Be interesting to see now, nearing the end of this third quarter, how long will Elm Creek sit back in this man-to-man and not maybe start to press a little. They need to put a little bit more pressure on the Timberwolves, make it a little harder on them to get into their offense.
We saw a little pressure from both teams in the first half, but haven't seen really much of it here in the second half. Their teams have backed off. Exeter-Milligan right now with a 13-point lead and a timeout taken by Jason Arbuck. He didn't like what he saw from his team offensively. So they will burn a timeout. That's their first. They have 4 left, so too does Elm Creek with 3:03 to go here in the third quarter of play. So Exeter-Milligan undefeated, showing why, up by 13 here in this championship game. And if you look up and down the list of teams that they have beaten, they have walloped some teams this year, including a 91-18 win over Parkview Christian, an 81-38 win over Dorchester, 67-19 over McCool Junction. Jason Arbuck's former school, former employer, beat Tecumseh 65-27. This team has been world beaters. They're not scoring as much as they have today, but they have been effective. Down the floor, oh, she fell. Jordan Smith looked like she was headed for home, but tripped on the doormat. According to the Elm Creek fans sitting behind us, she had a little help at the door. Ball tipped away, but Sluka gets it back. Outside the arc, Krejci. Bounce pass underneath, throws up a wild shot. Offensive rebound, no. Another chance, no. And the rebound to Elm Creek. Well, that's what Rick Bauer was talking about as they go with the baseball pass down the floor, and perhaps ill-advised. Elm Creek trying to push the issue here when right now they just need good, solid possessions.
Yeah, exactly. I think if you're going to throw that pass, you got to throw it sooner, before you cross the half-court line. Meads that time just waited a little bit too late, and her teammate was under the bucket. Just too late.
J.J. Hall through the lane between defenders. Up top, Sluka takes it through and scores and count the basket.
What a spark plug Sluka has been throughout this whole game, really. When she's decided to take it to the hole, Elm Creek has really had no answer for her. There she is, and like you said, only 5'3", above all the towers inside, and she gets it to go and going to the line.
And that makes it a 15-point game, trying to work it to 16 here. And the hole just keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper for the Buffaloes. Sluka with 6, make it 7 points. A 16-point lead for Exeter-Milligan. Jordan Smith looking for Areta. Areta nicely guarded by Horn. Horn wouldn't let her get within breathing distance of the basket. Meads up through, gets her own miss, put back good, and count the basket. The foul to boot.
Well, Jade Meads finally into double figures on this basket. Way to stay with her shot. Powers it back up, scored, and got fouled.
Foul is on Jenny Horn, her first.
Had a nice afternoon, but just not a lot of help right now from her teammates from Elm Creek.
But missed the free throw. Need your points now when you can get them. 14 down are the Elm Creek Buffaloes. Over the back call.
Number 34, Jenny Horn.
On Jenny Horn, she's picked up back-to-back fouls here. 5th team foul against the Timberwolves. Well, we talked at halftime about how the top 2 players for the Buffaloes, Meads and Areta, started the half with 3 fouls. They have yet to pick up either of them, their 4th, but Elm Creek's lead deficit has grown, even with those 2 players on the floor. Bounce pass underneath, Meads takes it in strong.
Yeah, I've heard of stranger things to happen on Championship Saturday. It always seems like the unlikely happens, though, in championship games.
Hall for 3. Tipped around and an over the back call. And things are starting to turn around here. And Jason Arbuck is not a happy camper right now. That is the 6th foul against Exeter-Milligan. And it's the 3rd foul on Mallory Rule, the 5'7" junior. Elm Creek now, this is an opportunity. They've cut into a 16-point deficit.
Right now, Connie Yori behind the Elm Creek bench, and she's enjoyed every moment of this championship Saturday. And you know, it's funny, she's watched the D2 game and the D1 game, probably not where the Division I prospects are going to be, but still having fun with it.
Exactly. Enjoys good basketball, and the foul on the other end as Exeter-Milligan will go to the free throw line. The foul is going to be called on Jordan Cottage. That's team foul number 5 on Elm Creek. To the free throw line goes Talisa Krejci. 5 points this evening. Still stuck on 5. There's the coach. She's been here for, I think she's been here for just about every game, hasn't she?
She just loves the game of basketball. I think whether she's recruiting players or not, I think she just likes to watch the games.
Well, it goes back, and I wouldn't say that Coach Yori or any other coach at that level would be so bold as to suggest on what high school teams can do to get better, but by watching what the style of basketball is in Nebraska, you get a better feel for what kind of talent is available there. And there's a front ring roll off the rim. Earlier it looked like they were going to come off for Elm Creek, but Jade Meads this time gets the basket to roll. Watch this ball just hang there, and yeah. And she draws the foul and will go to the line to try to make it a 10-point game.
Jade Meads doing everything she can tonight to get her team their first ever state championship.
38-28. But to kind of finish my thought on Coach Yori, you just like to get a feel for what basketball is like in this state, so you know what you have to work with, and maybe some things that kids in Nebraska can work on to get better and become better Division I players. Last second shot by Elm Creek won't happen. Exeter-Milligan with a 10-point lead going into the fourth quarter, but the momentum is starting to change just a little bit. We'll be back with a final quarter after this.
Live coverage of the 2004 State High School Basketball Championships is brought to you in part by State Farm, providing insurance and financial services. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Hastings College, where you can pursue your passion. www.hastings.edu. The Nebraska Abstinence Education Program, working to prevent teenage pregnancy and the spread of sexually transmitted disease by promoting sexual abstinence until marriage. Doane College is recognized by U.S. News and World Report survey of top colleges, offering undergraduate and graduate degrees at campuses in Crete, Lincoln, and Grand Island. NC Plus Hybrids and your local NC Plus dealer. Independent, farmer-owned, NC Plus. Where futures begin, Nebraska Community Colleges. Central, Metro, Mid-Plains, Northeast, Southeast, or Western Nebraska Community Colleges.
The D1 championship game enters its final quarter. Exeter-Milligan leads by 10, 38-28 over Elm Creek. J.J. Hall, the leading scorer for the Lady Timberwolves, 15 points. Jade Meads for Elm Creek has 13.
The Timberwolves actually built on their 8-point lead at halftime, but you got the sense that Elm Creek had the momentum ending that last quarter. So as we enter the final quarter, let's see who will have control early, and nearly taken away by Jury at the baseline. At some point now, and I'm not saying that Meads or Rada, who started this half with 3 fouls, have been more tentative. 3 from the corner, and we'll have a foul on Hall. I'm not necessarily saying they were tentative, but if there was the tendency to kind of play a little bit tighter because of the 3 fouls, you're nearing the point of the game now where it's time to give everything you got, and if you foul out, you foul out. But sometimes you only get one crack at this thing, and for Meads, a junior, Oreda, a senior, definitely for Oreda, this is a last chance at a high school championship. And speaking of Oreda, she is at the line. and knocks down her first. She's got 3 points.
And you know, yeah, only 3 points came into the game, averaging 16. You just have a feeling she may erupt here in this fourth quarter.
It's down to 8. Elm Creek is crawling back. Krejci, Rishling, as the Elm Creek fans start to come alive, and there's a steal.
Here we go.
Cottage down the floor. Orleda through the lane. No. Rebound, put back. No, but the shot was partially blocked. Kelly Sladick with a great block from the corner. Up, no. Rebound fought for, save. Oh, what a great save. What a great save by Krejci over the back, over her head. And it opens up the opportunity for Sladick. Wow.
Elm Creek should have had that ball.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Meads outside for Jury. Jury being guarded pretty intently there by Jenny Horn. Now a bounce pass in the lane. Meads goes up, strong move, and it's good. Back down to 8 again.
15 points now for Jade Meads.
(42-32). Ooh, from the top of the circle. Rishling thought about 3. Instead, Krejci takes the 3 and misses it. And Elm Creek again can cut into the lead.
That's right, they want to keep it going. Keep pushing the ball. What you're doing's working right now. There you go, that's where you want it.
Meads, I think she kind of she wasn't sure about where she should go. She was almost anticipating the foul. And now...
Uh-oh, that's number 4.
Yeah, but when she had the ball, it looked like she was almost anticipating being hacked. And so her shot attempt didn't really look like it had much on it. 5:47 left, key moment here with Meads picking up her 4th foul. And Exeter-Milligan up by 8.
Programming on NETV is provided in part by Education Quest Foundation. For over 15 years, Education Quest has offered free college planning services. These services include scholarship searches, student loan information, college selection, and help with completing financial aid application. Education Quest is located in Kearney, Lincoln, and Omaha. Appointments are available at 800-666-3721.
Lady Buffaloes from Elm Creek starting to make a run. 40-32, they trail Exeter-Milligan. And still a lot of basketball to be played in this game.
Exeter-Milligan has enjoyed the lead throughout most of this game. Elm Creek held a brief advantage in the first quarter, but that was it. Look underneath. And free throws coming up. It looked like Jordan Smith was late getting there. Nope, they're going to whistle Cyril Worthing. Rick Bauer assessing the situation right now. His team has been trailing most of this game. Krejci will shoot 2. She makes the first. She makes the second. Krejci was 6 points, 7 points. Exeter-Milligan with a 10-point lead. 5-second count is on, almost didn't get it off in time. Oreda through the lane.
Travel.
She walked.
Hey, you know, they were doing so well there for a few minutes, and then it goes back to being indecisive on offense, not really knowing how to really get into their sets, and real sluggish offensively. That's got to drive Coach Rick Bauer crazy.
Exeter-Milligan all the way around. Wild shot, she traveled.
A lot of traveling calls today.
Yeah, a lot more than I can recall in past girls' state tournaments. That's Jason Arbuck, the Exeter-Milligan head coach, telling his team it's time to start pressing.
So much traveling, you could get some frequent flyer miles today.
I think so. I think so. Meads down the floor, finds her open teammate, and Worthing is fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. Right idea. They push the ball down the floor. Krejci picks up her 3rd foul.
For the Buffaloes, Sarah Worthing.
And here's Worthing for 2. Short on the first one. She has 4 points here this evening. It's easy to lose track of time. You've been indoors all day. Too strong off the back of the iron. Boy, you've got to take advantage of those opportunities when the clock is stopped. You're down by 10. Baskets have been hard to come by. Hall. She will dribble around for now. Krejci has it, back to Hall. 4.5 to play. Exeter-Milligan seems to be content right now with taking their own sweet time. Now Elm Creek's having to bring the defenders out a little more than they have all day long. Hall fouled. Worthing knocked her to the rug. And she'll go to the line and shoot 1 and 1. Elm Creek has committed 8 fouls, Exeter-Milligan 9. Of course, when you reach 10, it's a double bonus, but right now it's a 1 and 1 situation for J.J. Hall.
Free throws will be very important down the stretch, especially if you're Exeter-Milligan. And you get a lot of free opportunities for points. Now they lead by 11.
And Elm Creek's going to take a timeout here. Rick Bauer will spend a 30 with 4:18 left to play in this ball game. Exeter-Milligan has now built their lead back up to 11 at 43-32. Well, Elm Creek looked like they had things going late in the 3rd quarter, and they were starting to crawl back into this one, but a couple of costly turnovers have really been the bugaboo for the Buffaloes today. And it's usually been the case. The team that turns the ball over the most in these state championship games is usually the team that's going home with the smaller trophy.
Yes.
And it hasn't necessarily been good shooting that wins you championships. It's being able to maximize the shots you do make.
That's right.
All right. There's one shot left for Hall after she made the first. It's good. 44-32. Exeter-Milligan up by a dozen. They've led by as much as 16. Jury. Jordan Smith. Cottage. Back to Jury. Good for 2. She was just in on the line. Good for 2. The deficit is 10. And there's a foul. Jury came in. That was her intent the whole way. Not much of an effort to steal. More of an effort to throw a shoulder in there and make some contact. And for the final time, we'll have 1-and-1 free throws. J.J. Hall will toe the line.
A few times this year, Elm Creek has actually trailed throughout an entire ball game. Their fans behind us trying to keep their patience. It's always tough. These teams in these championship games, they come in with near flawless records.
Look down the floor, good pass, nice recognition underneath. No on the shot and a foul. Oreda. Boy, after that great crisp passing, you hate to see him miss the shot, but they do get the foul and they'll go to the free throw line. The foul's going to be whistled on Mallory Rule. That is her 4th personal foul. She is the first of the Timberwolves to run into some foul trouble here. Krejci has 3 on the floor for the T-Wolves. At the line, Shannon Oreda with just 4 points today. Make it 5. She averages 16.
She's got a good-looking stroke, too. Just hasn't really had the opportunities today. Hasn't really seen the ball in scoring position. Hasn't been able to do much with it. Only 4 shots attempted from the floor.
Makes the second, leads back down to 8. Now Elm Creek going to bring the pressure in the backcourt, but they get it across. Here's Hall taking it in herself underneath, and Sluka, even though she may have had that shot partially blocked, she had enough to muscle it up there and build the lead back to 10. Meads through the lane. Too strong. Offensive board. Ureta, no, but she'll go to the free throw line again. Well, you can see the 2 stars on this team are starting to take things into their own hands, realizing that it's now or never. That's the second foul on J.J. Hall. Team foul already. Exeter-Milligan is over the 10 foul limit and will have double free throws the rest of the game. In and out. Tiffany Jury back in. She takes a position on the blocks. 46-36, Elm Creek down 10, trying to make it 9. It is 3:20 to go. Again, pressure in the backcourt. Hall up ahead to Krejci, back to Hall. She'll bring it into the front court. And Exeter-Milligan's going to bleed some clock here. Got a foul away from the ball. Actually, there were 2 fouls, but the one away from the ball came first. And you heard the official saying mine was first. Jennifer Florell, her first.
I think that foul right there inside the 3-minute mark may signal the first of a bunch of fouls about to be committed, because now you're down now 9 points if you're Elm Creek, but I think the main worry is anytime they've strung points together, they haven't really been able to do it in heavy bunches. So for this last 3 minutes, they're going to have to, it's going to take a lot of luck, I think.
First foul shot is good by Hall. 18 points.
One time. One.
For J.J. Hall. 1 more to come. In and out. And over the back, and we'll come back to the other end and shoot free throws.
Crowd doesn't like that call.
And who did they get for that? They got Horn, her third. And again, both teams over the 10-team foul limit, so down the other end of the floor, here's Shannon Ureta. Makes the first. Elm Creek has been as close as 8 here in this second half, and that's it. There is a lid on 8. It's 8 again. 47-39. Down the floor, Hall, it's 2-on-2, and she double dribbled. All right, here's Elm Creek's chance to get within 8.
That's right.
Got to take advantage right here. It's done.
They have to. Game's up for grabs. You got to make your run right now. And you know, the unfortunate thing for them is they've had their chances and they've just shot themselves in the foot.
It's now or never. 2:50 to go.
That's open. That's open. She pull up right there. Surprised she passed that up.
Take the long 3 and airballed it. J.J. Hall down with the rebound. Oh, that hurts.
Oh, man. I mean, that was wide open for Jade Meads, the star player, to just pull up right there at the three-point line. They weren't playing her out there. She can definitely hit that shot. Uh-oh, there's a steal.
Almost. Well, we'll see. Nope, they'll call a tie-up, and Elm Creek will get it on the alternating possession. A break for Elm Creek. Quite frankly, that is a break.
Right now, it's crunch time. You got to have it in the hands of your star players. They have to be taking the shots. Sorry.
Here comes Jennifer Florell off the bench. No, you're right. I mean, you get to this point in the game, and it's up to your stars to shine. It's go time, as they say.
There it is.
She'll go in closer.
Hesitate.
Did draw the foul, though, and Oreda will go to the free throw line. And the foul's going to be on Ashley Kushik, I beg your pardon. Her second. And to the free throw line, Shannon Oreda.
Oh man, seems like she's made a living at the free throw line this fourth quarter.
Take them how you can get them.
That's
She's
right.
still under her average, only 9 points today when she averages 16. Makes them both, and this is as close as we have been for quite some time. Exeter-Milligan by 6 with the basketball when we come back.
Bryan LGH West is bringing advanced neuroscience technology to Nebraska, offering the state's first gamma knife radiosurgery to non-invasively treat brain tumors and severe facial pain, and working with Nebraska's only physician specially trained in coiling for brain aneurysms. Just 2 examples of our commitment to neuroscience care for Nebraskans and our neighbors. Bryan LGH, the first name in healthcare.
There you see the score, the final quarter of this D1 championship. We've been sort of waiting for Elm Creek to make their run, and right now the Buffalo faithful on their feet.
Foul in the backcourt, and that will mean free throws for J.J. Hall. You kind of expected that, a steal attempt. It's a 6-point game with 2:14 to go. This is as close as we've been since late in the second quarter. It was an 8-point lead at halftime. It grew to as much as 16. It's now down to 6. Hall to the free throw line with 19 points, leading all scorers today. Big free throws. Second free throw to come. Hall now with 20 to match her uniform number. Short.
Over the line.
Boy, and that's a tough break because she got her own miss. So now it's a 7-point game. You have to consider that a victory for Elm Creek. She only got 1 when she could have had 2. Jumper in the lane. That shot may have been partially blocked, loose on the floor and taken down by Krejci. Foul is on Jennifer Florell, her second. And again, we will have free throws. And Talisa Krejci, the 5'8" sophomore, who today has 8 points, just 2 under her average. Makes the first.
Just like that, it's an 8-point game. Free throw here makes it 9, and with 2 minutes to go, that 9-point lead seemed like a 20-point lead.
And Elm Creek is not a 3-point shooting team. They have only attempted 1 all weekend. It's just not in their forte. 50-41. Down the floor, through the lane. Shot is up too strong, got her own miss. Meads put back and good. You don't shoot the 3, but you get the 3-point play opportunity. That's big. Foul's going to go on Hall, and that is her third. There she is again.
Interesting, you said they had not attempted a 1-3 the whole weekend.
Well, just 1.
The whole weekend?
The whole weekend.
Wow.
In this day and age, that's rare.
Yeah, I was wondering why she's hesitant to take that 3-point shot. Must just be off the charts with their team, I guess.
Oh, but you missed the free throw, and boy, they could have used that. Would have made it a 2-possession game, even though they don't shoot 3s. Believe me, if you have to shoot a 3, you're going to have to shoot a 3, whether you want to or not. Right now, though, with 1:46 left, it's going to take more than just 3-point field goals. It's going to take a couple of stops and a couple of breaks. First free throw rolls in for Krejci. Both teams looking for their first state title, and Exeter-Milligan with championship coaching experience. Jason Arbuck took McCool Junction to the state title 4 years ago. And he is on the verge of doing it with a second team here tonight. 52-43, it's back to 9. Meads all the way in, through the lane. No good. Rebound to Exeter-Milligan. And a travel. They caught a break there.
Oh, man.
Still down by 9, though. Elm Creek fans like it. Exeter-Milligan fans aren't too thrilled, but believe me, I'd still rather be in their shoes.
Emotions running high here with 1:30 to go.
Bounce pass, Meads through the lane, layup. Oh, and it rolled off. Man alive. I think we're going to have to ask somebody here at Devaney to check these rims after this game. There's been so many shots that have rolled off in this one. And then Bellevue East, they'd like a federal investigation after the last game. There's a bad karma around here. Somebody's picked up on some bad voodoo. Inbound into Worthing. Less than 90 seconds left. Can't take too much time. Hall takes it away, and this could seal it right here.
Definitely. There's the sealer. There's the stamp on the envelope right there.
Timeout taken for Elm Creek.
Or was that a traveling call?
It was a travel. I beg your pardon. Now a double dribble. I beg your pardon. Then a timeout. I saw a timeout being signaled. That was as the double dribble was called, and it looks like this one is in the bank. Let's take a look here. Here's the steal by Hall. Right there, she took it away.
Yeah, fittingly, she has been the star the entire game for Exeter-Milligan. What a player, J.J. Hall, in this D1 championship game.
And look at Jason Arbuck, very emotional out there. Look at it. I mean, the body English, everything. What is he doing, dance steps?
It looks like it.
It does.
Man.
Right now, that's the huddle that is in control of this game. Right now for Elm Creek, things are looking mighty bleak. So it's Exeter-Milligan basketball with a 11-point lead. Hall's just going to dribble around. I think Elm Creek has seeded this one.
Timeout.
And a timeout. Interesting call by Krejci with a minute to go. They call a timeout. She must have not liked something. But Elm Creek was not fouling right away, so it's almost as if they have ceded this game to Exeter-Milligan. 1 minute left.
How come it seems like the last name Krejci, if that's the case, that person's always an athlete, it seems like.
It does, doesn't it? Have you ever known a Krejci not to be? Doesn't happen often. It doesn't seem like it. And I think everybody knows a Krejci somewhere.
All right, we've got Krejcis at North Star, correct?
Yeah.
The old Husker volleyball player. It's a Krejci.
Yeah.
Was that Pam Krejci, I believe?
Yeah.
And we have...
we had a Jeff Krejci play for Husker football many years ago.
There you go.
Something in the name. 11-point lead, Exeter-Milligan, and we got a foul. Yeah, this one's all over, but the final buzzer. J.J. Hall is going to get a chance to add to her point total. She's got, I believe, 22. We haven't updated the monitor yet.
I know another athletic name. How about Bishop?
No. No. No way.
Michael Bishop.
Okay. You got Michael Bishop and you have Keith Bishop, the old Denver Bronco. But believe me, neither one of them are related.
Blaine Bishop. No, you
all
sure?
All right. We got another one. But none of them are related. I promise you. None of them are related. They have no genes of mine, that's for sure. There's a three, short. Oreda, short on her jumper, and another foul. 56-43. Exeter-Milligan will cap off a perfect season. 28-0 with their first state championship. It will be a happy trip home. It's been a very productive weekend for both teams. I mean, when you consider that Elm Creek had never been this far before.
And this player at the free throw line, a big reason for the success of Exeter-Milligan. Ashley Sluka came off the bench, did an outstanding job, really sparking this Lady Timberwolves team.
Missed the second, but the lead's back up to 14, under 40 seconds left. Needs a three. Short by Jury. And now mass substitutions. Elm Creek realizes this one is in the books. A lot of new faces. Kate Melman, Amanda Trampy, Mallory Johnson, Elise Guthrie, and now mass substitutions for the Timberwolves. Christy Suda, Casey Geiger, Lindsay Moore.
That's a tough shot there.
Whitney Gloystein, I'm glad she got into this game. She, among 3 of her classmates, sang our national anthem before this one. How often do you see that? Gloystein, number 30 for Exeter-Milligan, helped sing our national anthem, and they did a great job. There's an open three. Kate Melman will get her name into the record book. 57-46. An open three. I think Christy Suda wanted her name in the record book too.
Yeah.
I don't think that was intended necessarily. That's not what the coaches wanted to see, but well, why not?
Final 10 seconds.
You never know if you get to another one of these. Under 10 seconds to go. Exeter-Milligan counting down to a state championship. Jumper is short, and that'll do it. The T-Wolves are state champions. Exeter-Milligan 57, Elm Creek 46. We'll be back and meet the players from both sides and have our complete postgame for you right after this.
Hello, I'm Tom Osborne. NETV has provided Nebraska with excellent educational services for 50 years. I want to wish them continued success.
Celebrating 50 years of service to Nebraska, this is NETV and NETV Digital Television, a service of Nebraska Educational Telecommunications.
Exeter-Milligan will celebrate their first ever state championship as they begin the cutting of the nets. Meantime, let's find out who wins our Sportsmanship Award in Class D1.
The Nebraska Coaches Association and the Nebraska Athletic Administrators Association are proud to support the positive aspects of high school athletics. Good sportsmanship is a key factor in our philosophy, and at this time we are pleased to present the Class D1 Sportsmanship Award. The trophies are graciously donated by Awards Unlimited. Making the presentations are Mike Purdy of Bellevue East High School and Dave Strubing of East Butler High School. Ladies and gentlemen, the Class D1 Sportsmanship Award winner is Exeter-Milligan High School. Receiving the award will be the Exeter-Milligan cheerleaders. Congratulations, Exeter-Milligan High School. The Nebraska School Activities Association is pleased to present medals and trophies to both of these outstanding teams. The awards will be presented by NSAA Board of Control members Mike Troxel of Sutherland and Dr. Brian Maher of Centennial. They will be assisted by U.S. Bank Representative Karen Gillespie. First, here are the awards for the 2004 Class D1 runner-up from Elm Creek High School. Will head coach Rick Bauer and your assistant step toward the middle of the court to present the silver medals to each member of your team. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 10, Kate Melman. Number 11, Mallory Johnson. Number 13, Jennifer Florell. Number 15, Amanda Trampy. Number 35, Danny Nelson. Number 41, Jordan Smith. Number 51, Elise Guthrie. Number 21, Tiffany Jury. Number 23, Jade Meads. Number 25, Shannon Oreda. Number 31, Jordan Kotick. And number 33, Sarah Worthing. And now, all of you are welcome to receive the runner-up trophy for your school. Congratulations, Elm Creek High School, 2004 Class D1 State runner-up. And now, to the champions from Exeter-Milligan High School. First, head coach Jason Arbuck, we have a special award for you. And now, coach, hand out the gold medals to your championship team members. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 10, Ashley Sluka. Number 12, Lindsay Moore. Number 30, Whitney Gloystein. Number 34, Jenny Horn. Number 40, Christy Suda. Number 52, Kelly Slottick. Number 54, Casey Geiger. Number 14, Rachel Richling. Number 20, J. Hall. Number 32, Talisa Krejci. Number 42, Mallory Rule. And number 50, Ashley Cushing. And now, all of you are welcome to receive the state championship trophy. Congratulations to the Timberwolves of Exeter-Milligan High School, the 2004 Class D1 State Basketball Champions.
And so Exeter-Milligan, for the first time in school history, has a nice big shiny trophy and some gold medals to take home. They'll take a team picture. Meantime, it's one thing it's nice to see Elm Creek, that usually the runner-up photo And I guess I've never understood why they do a runner-up photo. They should probably just take the photos before, because I've seen some pretty depressing looking team photos, but this one was pretty good by runner-up accounts, because there's still a lot of smiles. Now the tears start to flow as they see moms and dads for the first time since the game has ended. But for Elm Creek, really, you can't be too disappointed. After all, they've never been this far before, and they've done something no other team in school history has. Let's go down now courtside to head coach Rick Bauer. He is with Kyle.
Thanks, John. You said some of your comments about proud they should be runner-up. Mighty Herd Buffalo of blue and gold Elm Creek. Kids showed a lot of heart. They kept coming and coming and coming, Coach Bauer.
They really did, and that is something that separated this team is heart. They have so much heart and went after it. I'm so proud of them. At the end there, you know, it's one of those things we're doing anything we could do to try to get at least, you know, all we said was we needed the lead once. The Timberwolves, excellent game, excellent team.
You said the Timberwolves, and by no means we try to be positive all the time, take anything away from Exeter-Milligan. Your kids, the turnaround, you had a huge game, a lot of heart and emotion. The last team maybe to finish up last night. Here you are back on the court. Kids add a gas maybe a little bit.
You know, it's one of those things, I think that goes into it, but also I think they're maybe a little deeper than us. So, you know, early on they pushed us and we maybe weren't as patient as we wanted to be. But, you know, they got a nice team, and I'm very proud of these girls. You know, this is our first trophy in our trophy case for runner-up for basketball, so that's something they can build on.
Definitely so. Runner-up Elm Creek, like you said, congratulations, a great season, Coach. Thanks for stopping by. Elm Creek, your runner-up here, very impressive run. They only lose a couple kids, but yes, the champion, Exeter-Milligan, it's a huge win for their community. And they only lose a couple kids either. John and Andrew then will have much more on your champs. We're coming back after the break.
All across the state, Nebraskans use electricity every day. And that electricity is 100% publicly owned. So profits don't go to stockholders, but are returned to Nebraskans. And because the power is supplied to Nebraskans by Nebraskans, it's reliable. Always there when you need us. NPPD, together with your local public power utility.
Pure power. Grace that defies the tons of steel and iron in its frame. No other steam locomotive in the world is bigger and still underpowered. Hear that train a-comin'. Saturday, March 20th on NETV.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, this is NETV and NETV Digital Television, celebrating 50 years of service to Nebraska.
(57-46) Exeter-Milligan, for the first time in school history, state champions. As we take a look at the final numbers on this one, neither team really shot all that well. Elm Creek did bring theirs up with a late surge, but as you can see, turnovers were a difference in this one. 21 for Elm Creek, and it seemed, as many of the teams that have been on the runner-up side of the ledger, they've come at inopportune times. And so, when we come back, we will meet the state champions, the brand new D1 state champions, after this.
Hi everybody, I'm Rod Bates, General Manager of NET, and this is a scheduled timeout during the basketball game, so I promise you, you're not going to miss a moment of basketball action. But right now, I'd like to encourage you to go to the phone and call us toll-free at 800-676-5446. And when you do call and make a pledge, we'll say thank you by giving you one of the following items. If If you can pledge $60 over the next year, you'll receive Husker Century Part 3 on VHS. You can see big game highlights from the Tom Osborne era. Husker Century Part 3 is yours with a membership at $60 over the next year, or you can select any one of the 3 parts from the Husker Trilogy, 1, 2, or 3. Again, that's only $60 over the next year, $5 a month. If you can afford $10 a month or $120 over the next year, you can have all 3 Husker Century videos. There's the Pioneer Spirit, the Spirit of Play, and the Spirit of Champions. That entire set for $120 or just $10 a month. Now don't forget that all new and renewing memberships at the $60 level and above will automatically receive the NPTV member card. You can go to mynptv.org/members to view our member card partners and offers and shop our online member store. Now remember, you can make monthly payments on your credit card, monthly billing, or by electronic fund transfer. So call now and become a member of Nebraskans for Public Television. Now let's get you back to the Devaney Sports Center in the high school basketball finals, and thanks for your pledge.
Tune in to the News Hour for special coverage of Election 2004 primaries.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, this is NETV and NETV Digital Television, celebrating 50 years of service to Nebraska.
We have a new state champion in Class D for girls high school basketball. Exeter-Milligan, 57-46 over Elm Creek. Jason Arbuck, the last time you won a state title was with McCool Junction in the year 2000. How does this one compare?
It's the same. I mean, you can't ever expect to do this twice, let alone once. So I'm very proud of the girls and, you know, the community support. They've backed them all along, and I'm just very proud of the whole community and players.
Tell us about these ladies and what's it like to coach them, and for them to win their first state title to take back to the school, how special that is.
They're a lot of fun. They make practice an exciting venture every day. They're very comical. They like to have fun. They don't take things too serious, and they just enjoy playing the game of basketball, and that's what's led to their success.
Coach, congratulations. I'm going to cut you short because I want more time for your players, okay? We'll make a deal there. All right, Coach Jason Arbuck. There is the celebration. His Exeter-Milligan Lady Timberwolves, state champions in Class D1. We'll meet the team when we come back.
Pure power. Grace that defies the tons of steel and iron in its frame. No other steam locomotive in the world is bigger and still underpowered. Hear that train a-comin'. Saturday, March 20th on NETV.
NETV's Nebraska Connects Are You Man Enough program tackled the uncomfortable issue of dating violence among young people.
And most of the time I don't hear masculinity being discussed. It's a hush-hush situation, and to have a forum like this be put on television, I feel it's a real eye-opener.
Women suffer from the vast majority of domestic violence, but it's not a women's issue. It's an issue that belongs to our entire society. And because it exists, we are less than what we could be as a society. So it's important to have this conversation. It's important to point these things out so that other people, men, women, whoever, will be involved in changing this.
Connecting you with the information you need. That's what NETV's Nebraska Connects is all about. Be more connected with NETV. From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, this is NETV and NETV Digital Television, celebrating 50 years of service to Nebraska.
A jubilant locker room right now for the winning team in Class D1, the Exeter-Milligan Lady Timberwolves, and right now I'm joined by Talisa Krejci. I've never seen you happier. Only a sophomore in this state tournament to come in and win. How much does a state championship mean?
It's awesome. This is our main goal all year. We knew we can do it.
Our whole community back at home knew we can do it too, and they're right behind us. They support us the whole time. It's great. As a sophomore, it's awesome.
Seems like you guys had a little bit of a rivalry going there with Elm Creek. Talk about how tense that has been all year long.
Yeah, I don't know. We played them in volleyball first round, and we beat them out, so they probably wanted to beat us even more this year, but I don't know. I think the Greeley-Wilbeck game was more of a rival to us yesterday. It was a really good game, but this game was awesome.
Talisa, congratulations. 12 points. Great job today. Okay, pass that trophy off, and let's bring on Rachel Rishling, your teammate. Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
How much does this championship mean? Your first time to get a state title in basketball.
Yeah, it means a lot. We've been all ready for this since we were 7th graders, and the whole community has been expecting us to win this, and hopefully we'll win it for the next couple years.
Can you talk about the game? You guys, when you took control, you never relinquished the lead after that. They tried to catch you guys, but they just couldn't do it. Was it defense? Was it your offense?
I think it was our defense, because once we get defense down, that brings us into offense, and we can make more shots after we got the defense going on.
Rachel, congratulations.
Thank you.
Try and get your teammates in here for a few questions. All right, this is Mallory Rule. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, talk about how special is this, and I assume there's going to be a little party maybe for Exeter-Milligan tonight.
I hope so. It means a lot. We've worked so hard and we've come so far, and it just means a lot to everybody.
How much are you going to enjoy this trophy?
A lot.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, let's get one of your other teammates in here, Ashley Sluka. Going to try and move this along fast because we want to get everybody in. You were a real spark plug in that second quarter and towards the end of the game going to the hole. Did you know you were going to have such a good game?
No, actually in the beginning of the game, I really wasn't doing too well, so I didn't think I was going to have too good of a game, but somehow I managed to pull it out and have a good game.
Talk about the way you drove to the hole. It seemed like when you decided to do that, you weren't going to be denied. Did you know you kind of had the step on their players today?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty quick, you know, so as long as I just don't lose the ball, I can make it in there, so.
What's it like to play with these ladies? Just talk about them.
It's a lot of fun. They're so much fun. I love them all.
Congratulations. Okay, your final teammate, J.J. Hall, a sophomore. Congratulations. Believe you led the Lady Timberwolves in scoring too tonight. How much does this state championship mean for you guys?
It's awesome, knowing that last year we came down here with Seward and we got beat out in the semifinal game. It's fun.
Can you talk about the game? Jade Mead's a very good player for Elm Creek, and you girls, she got her points, but you contained her when you really had to.
Yeah, we decided that we weren't going to go up on her and guard her outside because she wasn't afraid of shooting, or she was afraid from shooting outside. So we just stayed on the free throw line to keep her from driving the lane.
And you had some big steals that went the distance there at the end.
Yeah. He just told us to pick up our defense, and I went out there and gave it my all. It was our last game, and we had nothing to lose.
JJ, congratulations.
Thanks.
Okay, the Exeter-Milligan Lady Timberwolves, new champions in Class D1. We are honored to be a part of that. There's going to be a party tonight in Exeter-Milligan. We just hope we're invited. Just kidding. 2004 Class D1 champions, the Exeter-Milligan Lady Timberwolves. When we come back, C1 and Class B later on tonight as basketball continues here on 1011.